gods are watching.
We all good. All right. All right, we back. This is episode 40. What is it? 58?
I don't know.
Episode 58. We just had our last episode come out about 3 hours ago, almost 4 hours ago. I already got some comments, people saying they're enjoying the pod, and got a few views and likes and stuff like that, man. How's everybody doing
That's good.
on this rainy Monday morning?
Not too bad hanging in there, heartburn. But
I got a little bit of heartburn, too. I went buck wild on the food yesterday, man.
won't you eat?
You don't want to disclose?
Listen, brother. I went to...
Thanksgiving's right around the corner.
I went to... So we was talking about that yesterday in the group chat, and then you came in and told us that you don't give a fuck about what none of us are talking about.
I don't care about none of that.
But we
not for Thanksgiving.
We was talking yesterday about me trying to diet and work out and on this little weight loss journey that I'm on, and how we get to this time of year, and I struggle.
Shit just goes away.
Yeah, because typically, so in the last couple of times I tried to fast, it was around the time, it was probably around July-ish, that each time that I started. For some reason, my body always makes me want to start fasting around that time. But then you get into October, my birthday comes up, Halloween comes up, Thanksgiving comes up, Christmas comes up,
New Year's
comes up.
And it's dark.
And it's dark and it's cold.
And you inside more.
So yesterday, on my birthday, I didn't really go that crazy. We went to Texas Day, Brazil.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, I didn't really go that crazy. I ate pretty modestly, I guess.
It was protein.
And it was protein.
Mostly.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad anyway, the choices. Halloween this year, I was off the hook. My kids was with their mom, so I didn't have to worry about the candy coming into the house, because that is like, I love chocolate. So that's like a huge weakness. I don't got no candy in my house this year. Yesterday, I fasted for like 21 hours, and then I went straight to KFC and White House.
Chicken titties.
I got one chicken titty because I had a taste for it. Just one.
Oh, no.
And then I went to White Castle. I got a 10 sack. I ate about 6 or 7 of them. I didn't even eat them all. And I had some chicken rings and fish nibblers. Would you put me on?
Them fish, them bitches hit.
Yeah, I didn't even eat all the food, but it was still fat as hell. And I went to the grocery store, got me a A&W root beer. I got some Klondike bars and some chips. I ate like 3 Klondike bars yesterday. My calories for the day, even though I only ate one meal, it was still like 2,000, like 1,800 calories or something like that.
One meal, that ain't bad.
Yeah.
I can see if it was multiple.
And then I was working out and shit yesterday too, so I kind of burned some of it, but still. I was explaining to somebody though, I don't know if I mentioned this on a podcast last week, but I was saying in the group chat, I had the artist here from LA and her boyfriend was with her. When her boyfriend walked in, we was just kind of introducing ourselves because I had only met him on phone, and we were talking about the cold because he's from LA. He had never lived nowhere like this.
Dang.
So we were talking about the cold, and he came in and he was like,
she from Midwest, right?
She from Cincinnati, so she know.
Yeah.
He's from LA, born and raised, so he don't know, other than probably visiting a few places in his life or something. But I was explaining to him, we got to talking about how people in Michigan are big. And I was explaining to him that this weather and this light cycle.
Yep, daylight savings just hit yesterday.
Hibernation time.
Just yesterday, we gained an hour. Yeah, we gained an hour.
Yeah.
We went back an hour, right? And I was telling him this light cycle, because it started getting dark at 5 o'clock now. And then it's cold in a motherfucker. And then I looked it up just to make sure I was not false. And it says that when you're in cold weather, your body works harder to stay warm.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it spikes your appetite. Yeah,
okay.
So when you look at all of these factors, and then the fact that the Midwest is known for like pork, cheese, or dairy in general, shit like that, you got all of these things that make the what they call it, the perfect storm.
Perfect storm.
To get a nigga built like me.
You're in hibernation.
Yeah.
It's hibernation time.
You hibernation. Your body, And then there's a lot of biological things that the human body has to account for that we don't think about anymore because we've escaped the wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you believe in that sort of thing, but it says that the human body goes into like horde mode
Because it's getting cold, so you want to try to eat and
thinking
prepare.
and prepare for this drought that's coming.
Yeah.
Because as a hunter gatherer, if it gets cold,
Subconsciously and all that, yeah.
yeah, you're not outside hunting like that because it's cold. So most things are going inside. So your body is preparing to survive the winter. Or things like when you eat in abundance, your body it naturally stores the fat because it doesn't know when it'll get this again. That's the way the human body works. I was doing a bunch of reading and shit, trying to figure out why I'm fat as hell. But you know, the body does that. When you're eating abundance, it stores it for a rainy day type of thing. And then when you don't eat, your body also has this way of like conserving energy and shit. So you have to manipulate your body and work around that, which is why I was saying, I was talking in the group chat, I started lifting weights and shit because that spikes your testosterone and then it makes your body start to burn fat and kind of get rid of its reserves because it's like trying to shape itself up for the hunt that they think that the body thinks is coming or whatever.
Kind of like these hoes.
Damn.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's kind of like these hoes.
Okay, if you want
These
to.
hoes, I mean, they store up in the summertime. In the summertime, they wild. They rambunctious. They out here. They in the streets. You know, they for the streets. And then in the wintertime, it's time to store up. You know, it's time to hoard niggas.
Dog,
it's
you
time to,
I guess
that logic does check out a little bit.
it tracks.
What they call it, cuffing season.
Cuffing season.
Cuffing season.
Oh yeah, man. Any new developments since the last time we was here? How long it's been? 2 weeks?
Has it been 2 weeks? It feels longer. Whatever time
2 or 3 weeks.
However time it's been, it feels longer than whatever it's been.
Yeah, it's been 2 or 3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, episode 2. I mean, this is an accomplishment for us. I want y'all to understand that this right here is because life is lifing, and
yes,
with schedules all over the damn place, it's amazing for us to be here for episode 2, so close to the last episode that we just put out.
I remember when we first started, we was doing this shit at night.
Yes, which was
we was pulling all nighters in this motherfucker.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it was a bad idea. It was just what was available.
It was what was possible.
But at the same token, it was just like I didn't like because I knew the energy was like everybody's tired. And
we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about the whole thing. You've been through the whole day. You done dealt with kids. You done dealt with your girl. You done dealt with life. You done dealt with
sneaking
work.
out at like midnight doing this shit.
Exactly, and we be here till 4 or 5 in the morning. Yeah, so we needed a morning. We needed a morning wake up. Catch y'all on a wake up.
Yeah, this is much better. I think it's a lot easier to get our bodies to agree with us doing this
energy,
time.
Yeah,
we like this the first thing in the morning. I woke up, I was charging, emptying the memory cards, all that type of stuff. And got up, took me a shower. So it's like I'm in good spirits. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good.
But rest in peace, Quincy Jones.
Oh, yeah, I just heard that. That's crazy.
That was the first thing I saw when I woke up.
Yeah, that's the first thing I saw when I woke up, too. Edward had sent it to the group chat.
Yeah, that's why I saw it. That's where I saw it.
That's crazy, man.
But I mean, shit, he lived a great life. Nigga's 91. Nigga lived a long time.
He put in some great work, too.
Yeah, hell yeah, he put in some great work. So, shit, I mean, rest in peace to Quincy Jones, but goddamn it, he did the damn thing when he was here. Accomplished a lot of shit. Legend.
Definitely legend.
Definitely left his mark on the world. So, I mean, hey, rest in peace to him. But he lived a great life.
And just to rattle off a few of the things that I know, I think the first time that he ever really made it big, or made any sort of big movement was when he linked up with Ray Charles. And we're talking about the 1930s.
You talking about young
when he was playing, what they said in the movie, the Ray Charles movie, you know,
Trying to sneak into the club,
yeah,
Quincy.
he met him outside the club, and then Ray Charles ended up grabbing him or something.
And cuffed him in and brought him on the road with him.
Yeah, and that was just to think about a man that just died today was involved with some music that took place 80, 70 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then his link to Frank Sinatra, scoring and writing for him.
Yeah, he probably was the score hero. He probably was the score leader. If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And he did something in Europe where he had linked with some orchestra over there,
Mm-hmm.
and was over there working. Come back, he did all his work with Diana Ross and Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, yeah.
What did he do? Off the Wall and Thriller, both.
Shit, he probably had his hand more than that we, you know.
I know he fell out with Mike at some point, so they stopped working. I don't know what he did, if he was on Bad or History or anything. I don't know if he did any work on those.
Yeah.
I'm not totally sure, but I know for sure Thriller got his name all over it, which is, if you leave out the rest of his career, that's good enough.
That alone.
Yeah, that alone is good enough. And then Fresh Prince. And then you talk about the work that his son QD3 has done, and all of that type of shit. So Quincy Jones has contributed to a lot.
Very pivotal.
His daughter, I mean, even his daughter was on The Office, or the fact that him and Tupac had some sort of dealings. And
Rashida Jones.
Rashida Jones was on, and then all the other shit that she's done, from Community to whatever. He's contributed a lot to the entertainment world. That's for goddamn sure. Yeah. And then Tevin Campbell. All of that shit, man. So rest in peace to him. That's pretty huge. I knew that was coming though. That's one of those. I don't know about y'all, but I have this weird thing where I like anticipate celebrity deaths, especially for like people that I like for musicians and stuff like that. Like, I'm thinking about what's his name, Stevie Wonder, all the time.
Oh yeah, he was I just seen him. He was in hella great spirits.
Yeah.
Like, he was out there joking and shit.
So when you told me that you were going to see him, which was what, 2 weeks ago, last week?
Some shit like that.
I think it was just last week, or?
It probably was the fucking day after we record. I don't know.
Something like that, yeah.
It was around that time. I think it was the 11th.
Okay, so it was like 3 weeks ago.
Something like that, yeah.
But he, when you told me that, I didn't know that he was doing that show. You said it was like a benefit.
Yeah, that shit popped up quick.
But when you told me, I'm like, oh, damn. Because I'm thinking he's kind of like getting to that age where he's like decrepit or something. But because I don't really see him too often, so I don't know.
He ain't been out in a while, if I'm not mistaken.
But I got to think, if he was famous in the 50s. He was young, though. He was like 16 on Motown, like 15, 16.
Yeah, he was young. I think he said.
So I think he's in his 80s.
Shit, I think he said 14. Yes, son.
Somebody fact check that right quick. How old is this? How old is Stevie Wonder?
He got signed young. He got signed Lil Wayne young.
Yeah, I know he got signed young. He is old as shit.
And he's a genius too.
Oh, for sure.
He was born. Oh, he's your mother's age.
Okay.
He's 74. I thought he was in his 80s.
Okay.
So he's not as old as I thought
he
was.
active as hell. Kids was up there. Kids all shit. His kids look like they was just in their 30s or some shit. His son look younger than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But
I mean, hey, to be as old as he is, to get to close to 80 years old is a blessing in today's day and age, especially when we've lost so many musicians and artists at younger ages. Like, it was no way you could have told me that when Prince and Mike died, that they were going to die in the years that they did.
So
they
young.
left this earth. So young, so much still left to do, so much left to, you know what I'm saying, to give music-wise. I mean, they gave, not like they didn't give us enough, but I'm just saying.
Right.
Like,
you
just
still wanted more.
Yeah, exactly. You just wanted more. Like, I definitely thought that I was going to hit a Michael Jackson concert at some point. But, I mean, to get to the ages where we're seeing our legends live this long is for sure a blessing in today's day and age. You got so many things to fight.
We lost Prince and Michael 6 years apart.
That was crazy.
Or 7
to
years
me.
apart.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody ever saw that coming.
The way that we felt about Michael as a kid, I know me and you.
Oh my God.
That was kind of like one of the things that we bonded on.
Oh
I think.
my goodness.
And
yes.
I never could imagine him not being
No,
here.
exactly.
It's weird.
It's weird. It's very, very weird.
It's
I
strange.
remember when it happened, I didn't even believe it. Like, it was, everything was surreal. But yeah, man.
I remember where I was standing when I got the news, and that shit was kind of huge. That was a big deal to me.
Yeah.
I ain't like that shit at all, but.
Yeah, I would say he got to be the greatest pop star of our lifetime.
Oh, man, of all time.
Of all time, to me.
It's
because I can't think of an alternative.
Of all time.
It's nobody else that can compare it to me. Prince got close though.
Prince got close.
Prince is very huge and known and impactful too.
He went through a lot of shit with his record label, having to change his name and all that kind of little shit that kind of, I don't want to say marred his career, his name, but I guess just going through it probably slowed down his progress.
Yeah.
Because he was one of them that was always trying to throw them out there, put them out.
He was a gangster. Business-wise, him and Michael, which is weird that they didn't join forces.
Right.
It's too
and
much.
I've even heard theories that they said that was intentionally done.
I've always heard that they was kind of pitted against each other.
And they was both on the same tip though, and
they fed into that shit, boy.
Yeah, they definitely fed into it. I heard some crazy shit about them niggas, but rest in peace, man. Quincy Jones is that nigga for real.
Rest in peace.
But yeah, what we got, man? The other day we moved. We ain't gotta get into the details or none of that, but one of the things I wanted to bring up. There's two things that came up during that move. Is niggas is not young no more. Niggas is not young. I mean, y'all older than me, but I'm still feeling like. I mean, I don't even want to say that because I feel like it's more about being in shape. I think niggas are young, but I think we're just. That day was hard though.
That day wasn't even hard for me. The next day fucked me up. The next day had me like, what did I do?
Today is the first time that I feel normal because I've been limping. I still kind of limp. My whole body's sore. I had looked it up. Like, I'm just fascinated with calories right now. And I looked it up like in general, how many calories do you burn moving furniture?
Get your little cheap ass smartwatch.
And
$13.
The little AI thing said you burn about 450 calories an hour.
Damn.
And it's a full body workout.
It definitely was.
We was in that like a full body workout. That's for goddamn sure. By that night, man, I got home, sat in the chair. My wife was on the couch. She was like, "You about to go get in bed?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm just about to sit here for a minute."
I cannot.
I ended up somehow dozing off in the chair for like a half hour. Because mind you, I went straight to my mom's house right after work. So this is fresh off a 12-hour shift. I went right downtown and pretty much got to work. So by nightfall, I was done. Fell asleep for a half hour, forced myself to get up, go get in the shower. Somehow got through that because I was in the shower literally just kind of standing there, just letting the water do whatever it was doing. Then I got out, went to sleep, and I don't remember nothing after that. I woke up the next day probably like, I don't know, 11, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I don't know what time it was. But that was rough. And that's when I felt it. The next day for sure. But I started feeling it that night. But that was, yes, we are not young anymore. Listen, Edward was like, y'all niggas need movers, and he is absolutely right. And if I was balling like that, I definitely would have hired movers to move all this shit. Because, brother, I do not never want to move nobody ever again. That's why I asked you, like, you're not moving no time soon, are you?
And then this motherfucker said yes.
No, but that ain't soon.
He said 2 years.
That ain't
soon. Nigga, that's soon.
That's soon to me, but
it's gonna take this soreness. It's gonna take 2 years to get this shit out my body. Dog, my whole body was sore.
Mine too, shit.
And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like the feeling, especially because of where I'm at right now in my little fitness journey. Guess what I did when I went home? Nigga, I lifted weights.
Oh, you was still feeling yourself.
For that.
I wanted to add some more to what we had already done. Went home and lifted weights. I was telling Derek yesterday, we was on PlayStation for a minute. I was telling him, like, I'm starting to see the difference in my arms. I've been lifting for about 2 months, and I don't go crazy. I'm not on the bench press. I'm not doing nothing more than I got 30-pound. Well, actually, I'm lifting 2 dumbbells at once because I got the little stupid 15-pound. Then I got I got a 20-pound and a 15-pound, and I just grab them both at the same time and lift. So I ain't doing nothing but 30 pounds in each. Work my shoulders, my biceps, all that shit out. But I've been seeing a difference in my arm. So I was tired as hell, but I decided to add a little more onto it. I did a few reps of some curls and some, what, I don't know if they call these when you go overhead. I don't know. But, and then I passed out. And that was some of the best, those next 2 days were some of the best sleep I ever got in my life. But another thing that came up while we were sitting down, we had took a break during moving, was that we got to talk.
Which was not good.
Oh,
that's what threw everything off.
Yeah, because it
that lunch
and eating.
relaxed us.
Hell yeah.
And
Stopping
it filled
and
our
eating.
bellies.
Yeah.
Stopping and eating was a bad idea.
Yes.
Yeah, you might be right about that one. I didn't even think of it that way, but
We should have ate after.
Yeah.
But I was hungry as hell.
I was too, but we probably could have powered through.
Yeah,
Kept it moving.
Yeah,
And then ate afterwards.
you're right.
It was so many times I felt like I could probably throw up.
Oh, I didn't get that feeling.
Now you just bend over too quick. It's just like, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that feeling. But you and Will got to talking, and y'all came up on the discussion of family and how you're like more family than even some of our actual family. And that concept is interesting to me. How does that feel to you?
I mean, it feels, it's an honor, you know?
Is it weird? Do you ever feel out of place? It doesn't seem like it.
Kind of still, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm not all the way comfortable. I appreciate the respect. I see the respect and the love, but I still feel out of place. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just...
In what way? You feel out of place?
I don't know. Eventually I feel comfort and settle down, but I don't know.
So is it like every time you come around you feel that?
No. Just sometimes it probably is when it's more of y'all
us.
family.
Yeah. I get
Probably that don't know me as well, but have heard. So I feel a little certain way, but for the most part, I think I feel a slight comfort, probably like a 75-80% comfort, not too much. But I'll loosen up. It's probably just me.
I was paying attention while we was in there, and I was just looking at the interactions. Sometimes I just observe, and I was like watching you. You was melting the butter for my mama, and I'm like, you standing in my auntie's house helping her move. And when you had left, I was talking to his mom, and I was like, he love you because he show up for you like he show up for me. And that conversation came up between you and Will, and I just got to thinking about it over the next day or whatever. Like, damn. I mean, I always think about it, but because he brought it up, it was something that was on my mind. And I was just thinking about it. You came around damn near 20 years ago because of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of just was ushered in that way. And then you have never left. And now you're like being called when it's time for people to move.
Can't leave.
Yeah, now you can't leave. And I think that's a pretty interesting concept. The concept of family is a complicated one for me anyway, because me and you talk about it all the time. Like, just because a motherfucker's blood related don't even mean shit.
Oh, it's plenty of blood related people that can go straight to hell, and I wouldn't blink twice.
That's a fact.
But it's a relationship thing, man. It's just, I don't know what it is. Y'all know, like when you're at work, sometimes, or when it don't even necessarily have to be work. Mm-hmm. Like just when you going throughout life, you run up against certain people, right, that you interact with, and you could just tell like you just vibe with that person. It don't even have to be said. Nothing has to be mentioned about it. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever y'all develop there extends beyond that. Because there's a ton of people that I done met at work and I don't fuck with at all.
Yeah.
But it's just like when you get that feeling, you just know it's there. Like you said, he been around 20 plus years. I consider him my brother. Like I would my brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'll do anything for him. Like I do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? So
Same.
it's just the relationships that you cultivate and that you build. And that's what I try to tell my sons. Like, it's not about how many friends you got. It's the quality of friends that you have. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying? I tell him all the time, like, my circle is very, very, very small. The number of people that I can count on in my life are very, very small. I can count on one hand. The number of people that I would actually call if I was in a bind. But I know that they would be there and they would show up. So I tell him all the time, like, it's not about how many friends you got or who got what. I'm like, you want to look for quality friends. And this nigga right here is top grade premium quality right here. Premium quality. But it's just when we met, it was just like it was an instant.
It just made
you know what
sense.
I'm saying? Yeah,
Right.
it was just an instant gravitational like thing. It just made sense for us to hang out. It just made sense for us to be cool.
It's almost, I think we like on the same. We on the same wavelength. We all damn near like the same shit.
Yeah, it's not nothing
across the board.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's anything. Yeah, I don't think it's anything that any one of y'all loves that I just hate.
I mean, and even if there are differences, we still respect each other enough. And I think that don't have nothing to do with each other. I mean, our relationship. I think it's just us as people respecting differences. I mean, shit. And then, I mean, some people can't do that shit. Yeah, I'm watching on that. But yeah, it's some people that can't do that shit. It's some people are very close-minded, I guess is the simplest way I could put it. But even the differences that we do have, the respect is there enough to where we can still coexist with that. But I think that's real interesting, man. I don't know. I was just thinking about that concept, like the fact that you're kind of like I tell you shit that I don't tell a lot of people in my family, and
that's facts.
A lot of people in my family don't know shit about me, or like you said, I call this nigga before I call anybody else, and it ain't, I hope it's never taken like I'm taking advantage of you or something. And that's why I try to pour back into everyone else too, just to make sure that, I can only pour so much into you because I'm broke, brother. but I call you when shit go wrong because I'm like, I know this nigga gonna know, but I also trust you enough to have you around in those vulnerable moments and shit like that, man. So,
same.
I don't know. I just wanted to run through that concept. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Just seeing how that has extended onto my family though. Like my mom asks about him all the time. Like, how's Sultan? How's Kendall? How's Kendall?
I definitely appreciate
that. That to me, that means a lot.
Yeah.
Coming from my mama to ask about him, how he's doing, because it's showing me like, all right, I've integrated him enough into my life to where people around me know that he's important to me. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that too.
But yeah, coming up, I probably had a lot of people that I was around, but my circle was definitely tight. It's always been like that.
I've seen people in my life where they just have all kind of shit going on willy-nilly with friends and stuff, and they don't really give a fuck about vetting the people that they hang with. And I don't understand that. I'm way too like skittish for that. And I don't trust people. And then I don't know, I'm like way too I don't know what word to use.
Cautious.
Yeah, I don't trust people because I've seen too many people. It's like, we cool as long as everything's cool. And then as soon as something happens, then you start saying personal shit or you start judging about things. And that has not happened.
Yeah. I don't think that will happen.
No, that's one of the things that I actually love about my circle too. Cause like at any point in time, I can brag on either one of y'all. Like I can be proud to know like, oh no, that's a good man right there. Or that's a good man right there. Brazil, that's a good husband right there. Jay, that's a good dude right there. So anytime, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't matter. I'm automatically taking y'all side regardless because I'm like, I know them niggas. Those are really good dudes. So I'm proud to know that my circle and the people that I hang with are actually real life good dudes. So I never have to question y'all morals, y'all code, y'all ethics, you know what I'm saying, what y'all believe in or what y'all do, the decisions y'all make. I don't never have to question none of that because I know deep down, I fuck with good dudes. And that's major to me. That's major.
It is.
Yeah, that's very important to me. But now that we get all the love out the way, let's fight, nigga. We talk about differences. Tomorrow is the election.
Yeah.
Do y'all niggas got any last thoughts or last grievances or last points you want to be made?
Well, let me
y'all voting? Are you voting?
I already voted.
Okay, you voting?
Yeah.
I think I am too, because I wasn't at first. And we said it on the last episode.
Yeah.
Right.
I think me and you both said we not, but I think I am. I think I'm going to go in person. I don't even know where I'm supposed to vote.
I got my absentee.
Oh, you did it already?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even do that. And they've been emailing me and texting me. They just text me twice since we've been recording.
The texts have been, and I've tried, as much as I've tried to block them out, it doesn't matter. They find a way to get through. It's niggas that's been showing up at my door.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened to me. Bro.
I had to do walking down the block.
At least 2 or 3 people show up at my door.
A nigga showed me a recording on his Ring camera of a woman. A woman walked up to his door with a kid on her shoulders. And he's looking on the Ring camera like, who the fuck is this? So he answers the Ring through the voice thing. And she's like, hello? He's like, yeah. She's acting weird, and she's acting like a normal person. She doesn't look like she's representing something. And she's just like, we're here for the Democratic something. And he was like, nah, we're good. And then she's like still giving her spiel. He's like, no, we're going to pass, thanks. And then she just walks away with her kid.
Because the kid is supposed to be the icebreaker. Like, you ain't supposed to, like, it's somewhere, I'm pretty sure if you looked it up on Google would tell you that it's hard to turn away a kid. Yeah. Right? So they bring the kid as the icebreaker. But I'm telling you right now, if you and that kid don't get the fuck off my porch, I don't want to hear nothing about this fucking campaign. But since we here, what y'all think so far? Like, who y'all think, is there any particular candidate that y'all feel like is ahead right now?
It's hard to tell. I just hope Kamala pull it out.
I just saw something before we got here, that said that so it was some organization somewhere that I guess does the polls and they look over all this information and stuff and they process it all and they, basically come up with a number as to who's ahead and they both said that both candidates have a 50% chance. I'm like, well, that doesn't help with anything.
I think it's going to be close.
I think it's gonna be close too. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than people think.
And
I've seen people talk about it on both sides. I've seen people say that Trump is ahead by a mile. I don't think he's ahead as much as people think he is. Now,
I hope not.
Again, I don't know that because I'm only, in my small corner of the world. So I guess we'll see tomorrow. But I am happy that this shit is about to be over with.
Definitely.
Me too. Oh my God.
I'm tired of it. I'm done.
I think Brazil was about to attack me when we was talking about it outside the school. I'm like, damn, I just want my friend back. It's like, no, so what you worried about?
I'm just worried about that white man getting in office and fucking this world up worse than it is.
So what you think? Niggas is go.
In what ways though? Like, I really want to know. I'm serious.
I mean, he blatantly racist. He just had a rally and was joking like,
It was in Detroit.
No, he just had something else, despite all the Detroit shit.
Oh.
He just had a rally. He just had a rally in New York at one of their big ass arenas recently. He didn't have so many rallies, but
yeah, they did Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden, where he had this racist ass comic.
Yeah, I saw that.
All kind of shit.
I saw that. I ain't like that shit. And I'm like, what am I watching? A comedy show or am I watching a...
All right. Then he had some shit they was talking about this morning where he was like, motherfuckers tried to assassinate him twice. The media need to stay behind the bulletproof glass. And hopefully the fake news get it first. Basically, it sounded like he was trying to say, y'all know them assassinations, that was some fake news shit. without pretty much saying it and taking a shot at the media. Like, he's smart in a sense, but he's so braggadocious to where he can't hide shit for long. He like one of them type of motherfuckers. Like, hell yeah, I had to kill that nigga 3 years ago. He was running his mouth too much.
But that's what America
ain't
likes,
no statute of limitations, so that shit you still go to jail.
That's what America likes, though. We like braggadocious motherfuckers, and we like them across every spectrum, whether it's sports, whether it's politics, whether it's a candidate running for a judge or a candidate running for any type of position. We like people that are braggadocious. We like charisma.
You know
America
what's interesting about
shit.
you saying that is that I feel like his first run in 2016, or not his first, but that run he did in 2016 changed the landscape of politics.
Oh, absolutely.
Because before that, the goal was to be spick and span, spotless,
Yes.
nice, clean cut.
Yes.
You couldn't even have beard and mustache.
Yep.
You had to have a wife.
Yep.
And now
Hey, your wife's image had to be pristine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now he almost made it to where nobody gives a fuck.
Oh, it's niggas at the party now.
Because now it's people running.
That's what he did.
And it's not, I don't want to say, I don't know what the history of like candidates running without wives is, but this time and last.
It's a cleaner look. Because you can you a family man, you're appealing to
now,
more.
I'm seeing people run without wives.
You still play into that American dream, the quintessential family setting.
But I think he's the one that kind of broke that and made it so where politicians are kind of like rock stars. And I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's true nonetheless.
Yeah, when you see him, he's never with his wife.
I haven't seen her once during this
and
run.
Vice versa, you don't see Kamala with her husband.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. I think you're right. We appreciate the rock star not, but again, that comes back to our conversation that we had previously too, where everything now is about technology. It's about media. It's about how you appeal to media, because now everybody's playing the media game because you have to, because that's the age and the era that we're in. If you want to reach the young people, you got to go through the media sources. You got to go to Instagram. You got to be linked to TikTok and plugged into TikTok and what's going on over there. You got to be plugged into what's happening on Meta and Facebook. You got to do all of that if you want to reach those core audiences. So, I mean, it plays into everything. It plays into what, plays into what we've been doing.
You're right, because you got Kamala was touching in with the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, exactly.
They had that town hall thing. Icewear Vezo was there, which was kind of it's great, but it's weird.
It's definitely weird. You would have never seen. You didn't see fucking Barack pull up to the Breakfast Club when he was running for his campaign. That didn't happen, and that was 2008. That wasn't that long ago.
I don't think Breakfast Club existed.
Was it around? I thought it was
2008. I don't think they existed. I think they popped up 2010.
Well, I don't remember him pull up to any.
But he did run again while they did exist in 2012, and I don't think he stopped there. But
just the landscape has changed.
The landscape has definitely changed. All the candidates seem to stop by. Donald Trump has been doing some shit though. He went and saw.
He been everywhere.
He sat down with
Rogan. Didn't he sit
Andrew,
down with Rogan?
He sat down with Rogan. He sat down with what's my man's name? The country comedian dude. Damn it, I can't remember his name. He's real funny. He's like a super awkward comedian. He's country as fuck. Like I think he's from Tennessee or something.
Young or old?
He's got a podcast. He's young, pretty young. Probably my age.
Not Matt Rife.
No. Okay. I can't remember his name, but it'll probably come to me after this. But he's been kind of doing the non-traditional, and it's clear as day that Donald Trump is he's going for the white audience because he did not go to the Breakfast Club.
He's still pulling for them good old boys.
Well, he know who's over there. I mean, but that has been my thing with him too. Like to me, just from the outside, one thing that I like about Trump is it seemed like he'll pull up anywhere. He hasn't.
Except black media.
I don't think he has. Shut because black media I think is he feels like it's more they're pulling for Kamala. I'm pretty sure he's reading the writings on the wall, but I mean that is true. I mean I've seen him in a couple areas though,
Oh,
going
he
up
trying
against
to
his ops though.
he be on that talking about he could relate to us because he a criminal and he got a record and he trying to put out some bootleg Air Force Ones or whatever the fuck he put
So
out.
let me ask you this question. Is there anything about his policy that you do like? Anything?
I definitely like the fact he's business minded. And low key, I could see him shutting down the armed forces for a year. Because I don't know how many times I say, if you shut down the armed forces for 1 year,
We'd say trillions.
we'll be, man. But they ain't
But
gonna
they
never
not-
do no
never
shit like
do
that.
No shit like that.
But when he was president and he was taxing all of those companies for taking their shit overseas, I can appreciate that.
Tax tariff.
Now, right there, let me stop you and ask you, what do you think is the leading reason for inflation? Do you think it's... So I heard a discussion on YouTube the other day. They were saying that it's his fault. The tariffs is what caused the inflation. But then I also heard that the inflation was caused by COVID, or I've heard the inflation was caused by...
It's a lot of those things.
Yeah.
It's COVID and people trying to recoup. The tariffs is part of the reasons, but then you got to think, if you never took your goofy ass overseas trying
In
to
the
get
first place.
it right, and you stayed over here, because you take your shit over there so long, who gonna be able to afford your product if ain't nobody making your product where your product is damn near solely sold at?
Yeah.
So they don't think of this shit when they running overseas and trying to get these tax write-offs and tax breaks. But it's all of that. Inflation is damn near inevitable in the same breath,
I mean, of course, yeah.
because we capitalists.
Yeah.
They all they think is money. So inflation has to happen.
Yeah.
Inflation got to happen to keep levels on society. It's a lot of... inflation is inevitable. It's one of them things. So it's a lot of things. He not solely to blame. Inflation been happening. Every presidency then went through some type of...
Inflation is going to happen, like you
right.
said. And it's because of, we ain't got to get too deep, but all that Federal Reserve shit and how every dollar is... There's a tax on every dollar that is produced by the Federal Reserve. So we will always owe more than we have forever. Ever since 1913, the Great Depression, all that shit, or the Great Collapse of, the crash of the stock market, over 100 years ago, the Federal Reserve came over, took over our currency, and now every dollar that they print, we owe $1.06. You will never be able to catch up. It's literally impossible. But, whatever. We could say that discussion for a more conspiratorial conversation. But in terms of this presidency shit, man, I've been watching a lot of media over the last month or two, trying to figure out exactly where I stand. And while I do not like a lot of things about Kamala as a person, I don't like a lot of things about her policy either. Like I've said many times before, the older I get, the more I become a conservative in a lot of my views. All that rainbow shit, I'm not with it. I am not with that shit. For anybody watching, nigga, I'm making myself clear. So if you want to jump ship, then jump ship and get the fuck on. But my point...
D-Wade would like to have some words with you.
Who?
D-Wade.
D-Wade can eat a dick.
Oh my God.
Hey.
He might be.
Check mark. Been there, done that, brother.
Man, I'm not with none of that shit. I'm good. One of the things that I've come to terms with as a man is that there is no middle of the road. You cannot be soft on your stances. If you believe in something, stand on it, and stand on it firmly. Because being in the middle of the road means you are somewhat kind of complicit. If you believe in the death penalty, say you believe in it. Don't say, I kind of believe in it, but I kind of don't. Being in the middle of the road has never gotten anything done. So even if you disagree with me, I respect you standing on your square. I'm not saying you got to agree with me. I'm saying if you believe something, stand on that firmly. I don't believe in abortion. Now, I know there's a lot of caveats and there's a lot of circumstances that might call for it. Rape, incest, right? We talked about this a little bit last night, Derek, where we were talking about those being the minority by and large. That is a super minority.
Yeah. Because when you get into it, though, that's usually those are usually the instances that are brought up by people that are anti abortion. But it's like you guys are pulling on situations that are inherently 1 in a million as compared to the mass landscape of things. You're pulling on instances and situations that are so, you know what I'm saying, it's sensationalized because this is not happening every day. Women are not being raped every single day that you know what I'm saying, in mass, to where they're just producing tons and hundreds and thousands and millions of babies that are just products of rape.
So you don't believe in abortion as a birth control, but you believe in abortion?
Do I? You're asking me? No, I don't believe in abortion as a birth control because I feel like if you laid down, you had that kid, you spread your legs, or you dumped off in her, you should have to deal with those consequences.
Be held accountable for
your goofy
choices.
ass shouldn't have went to Miami. Fucking stupid bitch.
That's right. That's fucking right.
So
that's fucking right.
And that's another thing that I had to be firm on, and even kind of like look inward about. Like, if you don't want kids, then stop fucking. But we as people, so I was having a conversation with a young lady that will remain nameless. And she was saying,
name her.
she was saying that she was like, abortion, things happen, and abortions, people have abortions because maybe they're not ready for a baby and blah blah blah. And she was like, of course people should probably stop fucking, but she was like, but come on now, like what do you expect? They're people, we're gonna have sex. But therein lies the issue.
It's the life you chose.
That's very, very well put.
Hey, that's gonna be your.
I say that shit all the time.
I'm gonna make sure that shit is on your grave.
That's the life you chose, man.
That might be the name of this episode. The life you chose.
It is the fucking life you chose. Listen. What we gotta get away from all this bullshit, making excuses. Like you said, if you didn't want no fucking kid, stop fucking taking your little hot ass out, having a hot girl summer, laying down with every fucking penis that's in your area because you wanted to be hot, you wanted to be sassy, you wanted to be on Instagram showing that shit off, laying down with niggas, spreading your legs.
Or you take the necessary precaution.
Or take the necessary precautions. It's other things that you can do. There's a million contraceptives out here that they have created just for your ass. But for you to say, fuck that, and go ahead and chance it anyway, now you done set up here and waited 4, 5, 6 months until a fetus has formed inside of your belly, and now you want to talk about, oh no, it's my body, my choice. No, your choice should have been made 6 months ago before you decided to lay down with a nigga. Let's stop this bullshit.
Yeah.
So, I don't believe in that shit. No. You don't get to all of a sudden decide that you want to kill off the fucking fetus after it's 8 months old in your fucking belly because you done had a change of thought. No, bitch, you should have had a change of thought when your ass decided to go in the fucking room and get bust down. No, absolutely, it's fucking ridiculous. And it's the same thing with niggas too. Like, if you didn't want a kid, then you shouldn't have nutted in her. It's simple. Yeah. It's simple fucking math here.
Not nutting in her. Here's where I'm at. Man, our parents was right. Our parents was right all along. Stop fucking.
Yeah.
Period.
If you can't do the time,
don't do the crime.
Yeah.
Stop fucking.
Because guess what? There's always a possibility. I don't care what. Even on contraceptives.
You can have a baby with a condom. You can have a baby with spermicidal lube. You can have a baby no matter what.
Yes.
And that's the thing. We are on some shit as a society where we're like, like whatever, we should be able to do whatever we want. And then, deal with the consequences later. Like, oh, so what? It's an abortion. We like fucking. But no, nigga, our parents have been begging us. I remember being in church and hearing those talks from the pastor or our mothers or our grandmothers and them saying, you're hot in the ass. Slow down.
Yeah.
You're doing too much.
Yeah.
But through the 90s up until now, this culture has risen to the top where everything is being so sexualized to where
They had a whole fucking slogan, sexual liberation. And they paraded that shit around in front of our daughters and our women like, oh, don't listen to what these men are telling you. Don't let these men control y'all bodies. Y'all have autonomy. Y'all should be able to choose whether or not y'all sexually liberated or not and all that bullshit. It was a whole fucking campaign slogan that they paraded around to women like it's normal for them to be out here just fucking whatever they want to fuck. Talking as if they're men at that.
Yeah.
Like, no. At some point, we got to get control of this shit and dial this shit back. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what it is. That's why I'm saying I'm more conservative in my views now. Because the truth is there. If you're religious, if you're a Christian, it's in the book. The motherfucker tells you, stop fucking.
Yeah.
If you're not married, you are either adultering or you're fucking, what's the word? Fornicating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There is no other in between. Just because it's your girlfriend or because you gave her a promise ring does not justify what you're doing.
That's a fact.
If you're married, you're good.
Yeah.
And if you're not married, you're sinning. And that's where I'm at. I'm not trying to say I'm the super Christian here because my life is fucked up if we're judging by that.
Yeah.
And I'm wrong in all kinds of ways.
Yeah.
But my point is, the truth is already there. The blueprint is there.
Yep.
We just keep
We fight against it.
going
You
against
fight
the
against
shit.
it because it's not what you want to do.
Yeah.
So I believe in abortion to an extent.
What's
I'm not
those
saying
extents?
it's right. I got girls.
Yeah.
Y'all got mothers, y'all got aunties.
Yeah.
So say your sister, my nieces, hell, my sister, they get pregnant and something happened even during giving birth. She bleeding out and it's either child life or their life.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I hate to say it, but shit.
We can do that again.
You can have another kid, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
But you can't replace yourself. You
But even
cannot
if
be
not-
replaced.
Even if not, still, we would rather preserve the life that exists because of those extenuating circumstances where a motherfucker might lose their life if we carry through with this. I understand.
Right.
And
So
that was one of the things I was going to say too.
So that part is I'm definitely pro that. I think women should have that choice, definitely. Now you using this shit as a day after, a morning after
Pill. Yeah.
I
Because
say
again, even that is an extreme situation. That's
you
not an everyday occurrence.
I would say this. You can get these bras one abortion, one oops. After that, nope. Hell no. You having all of them kids. All of them.
But see, here's what happened too, because it's a double-edged sword too, right? Because if you force them, if you say no, we're not about to help you in this practice of aborting children, multiple children at that, because it's bitches out here that's aborting. You done aborted a whole roster, NBA roster full of
Aborted
kids.
so much you can't even have kids
That's
no
facts.
more.
You done aborted a whole fucking NBA
Okay,
roster. You
brother.
could have had the next fucking Allen Iverson, but no, you just flushed his little ass down the fucking drain because you didn't want him, right? So it's that even if you force them to have these kids, now what happens is, now they become dependent upon the system to take care of them kids. So it's like it's a double-edged sword because it's like, okay, if we take away their right to produce these children, to bring them into this world, well, now who's going to end up ultimately being responsible for them? Because of the fucked up system that we have, family court laws, children laws, the rights of a mom, all that shit, because the family court system is so fucked up, eventually all that means is that responsibility is going to end up being put on the taxpayer. Me, you, and everybody else that pays taxes. Why? Because they're going to continue to feed into and take money out of our checks to feed into the program that ultimately supports these women for having these fucked up kids in non-marital homes and situations where they can't even fucking provide for them. So it's a double-edged sword. It really is.
But like you saying, that could have been the next Dr. Sabi.
I'm done saying that. Because
Why?
there's a lot of motherfuckers born and they all stupid and motherfuckers ain't doing shit.
But you never know.
You never know, but we
Well, okay,
plan.
well, what did you mean by that though? You said it could have been the next Dr. Sebi.
I
What you mean?
mean, this goofy broad
Could have had a brilliant child.
could
is
have
what he's saying.
had, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm done saying that because they keep having these fucking idiots and they not turning into nothing.
No brilliant kids couldn't have been attached
But it
to
could
you,
be
huh?
our fault. It could be the society. But here's the thing: that's why you don't treat the symptom. You treat the sickness.
Yeah.
We treating the symptom by doing abortions or talking about who gonna raise the child. We got to stop talking about that and we got to start treating this shit at the root. The
Yeah.
root is that niggas keep fucking.
Yeah, that is the root.
Stop fucking.
Yep.
Niggas is
spreading
on the
your legs.
internet. Stop showing me your booty because I'm going to keep wanting it. Leave your booty off the camera. I'm tired of looking at all this ass. I love booty, and I'm so fucking tired of looking at booty.
Everything is over-sexualized now.
Do you hear what I'm telling you right now?
Yeah, everything is
Do you know
over-sexualized.
who I am?
Oh my gosh.
I am the booty
He's the
king.
real booty warrior.
The booty warrior. You've seen me in action. I was in the strip club going crazy. I love strippers. I love sex. I love booty. Titties is amazing.
Hey, I like it all
I'm
too.
so tired of you hoes showing me your booty. Oh my God. Chill.
I do
So-
miss the era where it was there's no more Claire Huxtables.
Nigga, I was about to say her name
There's no more Claire Huxtables out there.
because you wondered what do her booty look like from under that skirt.
You gotta wonder, nigga.
You gotta wonder because
Yeah.
ain't no other
'Cause
option,
ain't no
nigga.
other way for you to find out.
She ain't do no fucking Playboy
ain't
shoot.
no Instagram page where you can go click on the link to follow to that link to her OnlyFans. Ain't no Instagram page where she's showing off modeling pictures talking about I'm doing this for my mental health.
I mean, okay, well, there are pictures of Felicia Rashad when she was younger,
Oh,
like
yes, for
swimsuits
sure.
and shit. But it's not
But
like
it's not-
she
That's
was
as far
busting
as
it
it
open.
get. That's as far as it get,
That's
though.
as far
Yeah.
as exactly.
And
It's
they
not
probably-
overly sexualized.
They wasn't probably no pictures of her doing no split with the camera 2 millimeters from her box.
Right.
Or standing there with her ass facing the camera and her looking back at you.
Tooted,
like, no.
right.
Man, all
No.
you bitches got all your Instagrams, you all standing backwards because your personality is your booty.
With
You
duck
ain't got no-
lips. With duck lips. and
Yeah,
they
you
ass
ain't even got
tooted.
no personality. All you see on the bitch Instagram is booty. Every motherfucker wear. Hit that timer.
Booty and duck lips. These times is crazy, man.
I just think
It's another thing out here too, though. You got this world is over sexualized, but crack is a hell of a drug, man. Crack fucked the world up.
Let me tell you somebody else that was right. Our parents was right. Our grandparents was right. They had it figured out. You know who else was right? Bill Cosby was right. I'm
What?
so sorry.
Hold on, what?
Hold on. Let me
You about to say
let me.
something about Molly?
Bill Cosby was right. Y'all don't remember the speech he had when he was telling niggas, pull your pants up, stop fucking, learn how to speak English. No. The messenger might be fucked up,
Oh my God.
but the messenger
Nah,
is
son.
still correct.
No.
Why not?
Because he telling niggas to do that while he like, I got my pants pulled up, but let me go get you a drink, bitch.
Right. And that's why I'm saying the messenger is fucked up. But
But
the
he gave
message
you a
is
drink
still
with
correct.
his pants pulled up though. Like his pants still pulled up when he turned around and walked away. His pants is pulled up.
People be quick to discount. I don't like that. People
What?
be quick to discount the messenger as if everybody that you respect in your life is a saint. You think your daddy or your mama ain't ever did something fucked up?
Oh, I know.
You've done something fucked up. You think your kids ain't got to listen to you?
Oh, they know I'm
I've
fucked
done
up.
all kind of fucked up shit. And if my son don't listen, he gonna pay. He can't be like, Dad, I ain't listening to you because I heard some shit about you. Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, as my mom would say, chew the meat, spit out the bone.
Right.
So it's like it's people in the Bible biblically that was fucked up, but they still had a lesson to teach.
They got whole books written about
Yeah,
them.
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, Peter was one fucked up. Paul was one fucked up individual.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I believe you.
So you know what I'm saying. So, but I mean, that's facts. I kind of agree with that. I agree with you saying you can still take something away from the messenger, even if the messenger is at fault of doing
Because
something
Bill Cosby is
dastardly
definitely,
sick.
well, I don't know if he's at fault because he never was found guilty of that.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. I wasn't there.
Hold on. I don't believe all women anyway. So I believe some of them bitches was lying. Some of y'all hoes lying.
Yeah, y'all
waited 50 years. Y'all hoes waited 50 years to get some get back talking about a Quaalude that he done slipped in your drink. Bitch, you know you went up there of your own will. Your own will. You went up there to that room to get bust down by Dr. Huston.
Exactly.
You knew. Come on now.
I don't know what's true or what's not true, but it's a lot of bitches saying a lot of things.
It is.
But what he said was correct. You know, niggas. So we was in the hood looking at Dr. Huxtable like, man, shut your goofy ass up. You telling us to pull our pants up, but now look at where the fuck we at.
Take them sweaters off, nigga, and stop talking to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we down in these trenches looking up at a rich motherfucker telling us what we doing wrong, so we take offense to it and we get emotional about it.
Right.
But the point is that this nigga was right.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope, and this was 20-some years ago he said this.
Yeah.
And everybody was up in arms about it. But he was right. The more shit we let slide, the worse shit is getting. Now, these young niggas is 19, walk around with Glocks with switches on them. Dreads. Niggas' pants is down to their ass. Niggas is looking goofy, acting goofy, don't respect nobody, stealing cars, breaking in niggas' houses, all this shit. I mean, that's always been going on. But my point is, what's the alternative to holding a nigga accountable? Letting them do it?
Goes back to what I told y'all. I told my son, you control dick discipline. You can rule the world, but you gotta have dick discipline.
Yes,
you need it. It's a requirement for you at this point because you're gonna be thrown and you're gonna see a whole bunch of shit that's going to appeal to your sexuality as a man. But unless you have control and full autonomy over your fucking body, you're not gonna be able to filter that shit out. You're going to become susceptible to it. And we're looking at it in cases right now, just like Tory and Meg. If Tory had dick discipline, and he would have never been in that situation. But because you trying to fuck everything out here, you young, you got money, everybody, y'all hanging out in a social circle, everybody, you know what I'm saying? You probably would have never been there. I don't know if he shot the girl or not. I think she's a liar, me personally. I think she's a liar. We already seen that she lied. She lied in front of the world. Told her, no, I didn't fuck him. And then had to take it back. And say, I'll straight up lie to that bitch. I fucked him maybe twice. So not only did you admit to fucking him, but you probably fucked him more than once. But I mean, it's the same situation. If Tory probably had dick discipline, he probably would have never been in that situation. But because it's become so acceptable to be in these situations to where you are literally at risk of risking your livelihood, everything that you've ever fought for, everything that you've ever worked for, because you want to be close to some pussy, you put yourself at risk. I get it too, and I understand. I was a young man before. I understand what it's like to be. I don't understand what it's like to have the money that Tory had, right? I'm pretty sure that's a different level of fucking access for him.
Yeah.
But I can just imagine what it's like having that money, having that status. You're famous, you on the rise, your music is popping, you out here, you know what I'm saying?
And you with bad bitches.
And you with bad bitches all day long, and now this little white bitch is looking at you, her little hot ass, and she wants something too. Well, now you gotta, at some point, we gotta put ourselves into the limelight and say, all right, is this really the best move for me to make right now?
Man, Rick James said cocaine was a hell of a drug. I think he had that shit wrong.
Coochie is a hell of a drug.
Coochie be having motherfuckers killing people, dog.
That's a fact.
And it has been since the beginning of time because it's powerful.
That's a fact.
Shit.
It's powerful. And I you know, like
God knew what he was doing giving them that because if they ain't have it, never mind.
No, you stupid. But you're right, too. But the thing is that every man has to figure out how to control themselves when they get exposed to that. And that's what we was talking about with your son.
Yeah.
I'll leave that to you to bring up as a topic. But, you know, when every young man has to jump that hurdle and figure out how to deal with this newfound sensation that they have buried themselves into.
But going back to what you was just talking about, that's why it's important for you not to experience that until you're ready to fully commit and give in to that person that you want to be with, that you lock in with.
Yes.
That's why it's important to not be out here fucking everything. That's why it's important to not be out here and sleeping with anybody while you in high school, getting head, doing all these sexual activities and shit, because you don't know what it's like. And it is a difference of knowing what it's like and not knowing what it's like.
Oh my God.
It's two different monsters to deal with.
I don't even know. The nigga that I was before I first got my first little taste of pussy is gone. That nigga dead.
Exactly. He dead. He dead and gone. He is dead and gone.
That nigga been gone.
Never to come back ever again. So it's a reason that you're right. You absolutely fucking right. It's a reason our parents told us, listen, don't be out here fucking because you don't know what you about to get yourself into. You not ready for that.
Yeah.
It's the reason they tell us that.
You can't prepare for coochie, dog.
You cannot.
You can't
Especially
prepare
as
for
a
that
young man.
shit.
You cannot. You cannot prepare for it. You think you know. You don't know.
Coochie, titties, booty.
Exactly. And when you in it and when you get your first taste, oh my God, it's like,
Man.
how can I can't go back.
I can't.
I cannot go
It's
back.
no going back.
It's
like-
over now.
It's like
This is
eating-
all and for some men, it consumes their entire day and night. That's all you're thinking about. You're not thinking about how to get money. And if you are thinking about how to get money, it's because you're thinking about how to get money so that you can get some pussy with the
Yeah.
money. It consumes your entire life. It consumes your entire day. Your day becomes filled with that. How can I get my next hit of pussy? So that's why I tell you, no, do not get out here and throw yourself to the wolves like that.
It's funny how all of this relates to spirituality. As
It
a
is.
man, I'm at this place. I love women. I love pussy.
Yeah,
Booty,
so do- as
titties,
do
all
I.
that
I
shit's
love 'em.
top of the list, right?
Yeah, softness, the softness of them, the smell of them.
But
It's
the,
nothing like a woman.
But the
Nothing.
thing that I had to, the place that I had to get to as a man is a place where you have to prioritize everything else. I'm trying to be creative. I picked up the camera, became a photographer. I do this music. I
Yeah.
raise my kids. I focus on my health. I try to fast. I try to lift weights. All of these things
Yeah.
are ways for me to break free from that drug
Yes.
that is pussy or whatever it is, even if it's money or spending money or clothes and jewelry or whatever it is that might be your drug.
Yeah.
It's like trying to stay focused, and that's why people meditate. That's why people work out.
Yes.
That's why people go swimming. That's why people get in the jacuzzi.
Play
And it's
video
like-
games.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why people listen to music,
Yeah.
shit like that. And it's like all of this stuff is related. It's like you're trying to center yourself.
Yeah. Balance.
Because if you go buck wild,
Yeah.
you gonna be out in them streets making decisions that you gonna regret.
Absolutely.
And we're right back at square one.
Yeah.
Stop
right back to square
fucking.
one. Yep.
Quit it.
Yep. Yep. Because I'm gonna tell you, after
Coochie is a hell of a drug.
it's damn near terrible. I'm telling you, because after my first marriage went awry, and I knew what it was like now to be with a woman. Oh, it was time. It's like my mental was, oh, I'm about to sow all of the oats that I wasn't able to do when I was young, and it was absolutely the wrong fucking thing to do. That was the wrong thing to do. But that's what I was on. I'm out here and I'm smashing everything in sight that I can smash.
I'm trying to murder everything
Oh, I'm taking
moving.
everything down. It don't matter what it is. It damn near didn't matter what it looked like either.
Well,
It damn near didn't matter because it was just like I
It
was on a
matters.
rampage.
Yeah.
Oh, it matters. But I'm just saying, it damn near didn't matter.
I feel you, though.
Now hold on now. Now we're not gonna act like we ain't smashed some egooks. We ain't gonna act like we done smashed something
You don't
that
know
you
what you're talking
that you don't want to see in the morning.
It's like, no, I won't say I've smashed some egos, but I definitely have a scale. Here's another thing that the niggas don't talk about too, though. Here's something that I just had a realization of, I think yesterday, might have been after we got off the PlayStation last night. I was thinking about, like, I have been exposed to some bad hoes. Some bad ones.
Okay, bad as
And I think that fucked me up too. Because now I cannot go back. And I think that's, a nigga told me the other day, two niggas told me when I was at the barbershop, my barber and the barber that stands next to him at the next chair was like, man, you might be picky. Because we were talking about dating, and I'm like, shit, I'm like, this nigga done found 2 wives in the time that I'm like, I haven't even been able to find one girlfriend. This nigga done had 2 marriages. And the other barber, which is a white guy, he was like, man, he was like, I low-key kind of think you would kill it on the dating scene. He's trying to say, like, I guess he was trying to say, because he likes me. He like, I can imagine other women would like you too. But he was like, you might be picky. And I'm like, damn, maybe I am picky.
Yeah, the sliders is up, nigga. The sliders got them go up.
I know I'm picky shit.
Not only do you get exposed to pussy and then you can't go back, but then once you start getting good pussy and quality women,
you can start crossing bitches off. Like,
absolutely.
Fuck your level, nigga.
Absolutely.
Right.
I'm on level 7 bitches now.
Absolutely.
And that's why we got into that conversation yesterday about my desires versus my position in life.
Yeah.
So I got to talking
Champagne.
champagne wishes with Kool-Aid money.
Yeah.
So a nigga, you want them bad ones, because I done had some bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, I be looking at some, and I got this arrogance, like, bitch, no, like
you can't do nothing for me.
And I'm a piece of shit, dog. But then I look at myself like, how am I gonna get this badass bitch? And I'm broke as hell. I gotta get my body together. I gotta get my finances and my life together. So that's why right now I'm like, I'm on some chill shit, because I know what I want and I'm not settling for less.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least not when I'm of sound mind and body. But when I'm desperate, nigga, like you said.
It's funny because I don't know how it was for you coming up in high school. I don't know how the dynamic between, I can't even call them men, but boys and girls was when you was coming up in high school. I know how it was for me coming up in high school. It was still a little bit of that. Like, I was just on the cusp of getting into the raunchiness of how the world would eventually be.
Yeah.
So there was still a little bit of innocence, is what I'm trying to say, between boys and girls. You know, it was the I like you, you like me. All right, let's go together.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was still a lot of innocence involved in the courting and the dating and having a girlfriend and a boyfriend.
Right.
Before everybody just went buck wild and we just fucking now. Everybody's just fucking. Everybody's taking pills, trying to not have a baby. Everybody's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was there. It existed when I was coming up in high school, but it wasn't prevalent. It wasn't the thing. Like, it was still very much innocent. Like, the girlfriend that I had in high school, we never did, well, I ain't gonna say we never did anything, but we never took it there.
69 guys.
We never took it there. You know what I'm saying? So it was still somewhat of an innocence there. Now, on the flip hand, I know some niggas that was getting down in high school.
Yeah.
Busting everything down that they could get their
Shit,
hands
most
on.
niggas I know lost their virginity about 12.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No cap.
Yeah.
So the innocence, though, that's why it's so important to it's just better off not knowing. It's better off not knowing what that experience is, because the innocence of women, I feel too, is gone. It's hard now running into, and this is what I was saying for you yesterday, on the dating scene. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for anybody that's single.
I feel bad for me.
Because if I had to be single again and back out on the dating scene, I probably would never meet anybody ever again. For one.
You mean to settle down with?
And settle down with.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and settle down with. I'm going to run into women. It's going to happen. But just as far as meeting, courting, settling down, we're an item, we're a pair, we're together now.
It's like that shit don't even work no more.
No.
That's obsolete.
It's obsolete. That's what I'm saying. The model is done. It's like a T1000 model meets, you know what I'm saying, meets the old outdated model.
Yeah,
it's like this shit don't exist. I'm looking for something that don't exist anymore.
Man, my dad said that shit to me on the phone, and I almost started crying. We was on the phone, we was just talking about something else, and that nigga was like, randomly, he was like, what type of women you like? I was like, I like sweet girls. I like quiet, like sweet girls. Feminine, sweet girls.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, that shit don't exist no more. This is what my dad said to me. He was like, he said some term, and I've been trying to remember it ever since. He was like, that grandma's girl shit, grandma's sweet baby shit. He was like, that shit dead and gone. And I was on the phone like,
why did you say it?
I'm on the phone like, no.
Yeah, take
it
back.
Ain't so.
Because he's right.
They just few and far between. They out there, but shit.
They are out there. I've met some and it'd be like, damn, every time I meet them and be like, damn, where the fuck you been at? But
right.
you know, it's because even when I do meet girls sometimes and they seem sweet, it might be just because of where we at. And then you get to meet, you get to know them, you get closer, or you get that Instagram, you get on there, and this bitch bent over.
Right. They
Yeah.
I
putting on.
thought you was a sweet bitch. What
They
the
putting
fuck?
that act on.
Man, that Instagram shit is another drug because it's giving motherfuckers the ability to just get all the attention that they could possibly want.
And that's a dopamine in itself.
It's a dopamine in itself, and it literally is a drug that is coursing through your body.
Yes.
And when you do something, it activates that and affects your endorphins. And now you're like, now you can't go back.
Yeah.
Because you put up a picture of you turned backwards, looking back at the camera, your booty look fat, and you get 170 likes, and all these niggas slobbing and hard eyes and hearts and knees and all kind of stupid shit in your comments. This bitch is on a high. Why would she want to be sweet and kind and nice and reserved and go on a nice little picnic date with a nigga like me?
And in addition to that, she looking at you like, oh nigga, I can get another you tomorrow.
Yeah.
What's different about you than the last 20 niggas that's been in my DMs or that's been in my comments?
But I'm gonna tell you now, what it's gonna lead to is exactly what it's been leading to. A bunch of bitches getting ran through, a bunch of niggas being lonely,
and a bunch of random kids out there with no real parents.
Because bitches think you got the access, and that's what it is. Well, nigga, they've been saying that shit since the beginning of time. You think the grass is greener on the other side, so you keep hopping from nigga to nigga because your DMs is full and your comments is full of all these niggas that want to turn.
Yeah.
And you gonna give these niggas a turn.
Yeah.
The most valuable, precious, beautiful, coldest bitches is the ones that understand the power that they wield and choose not to wield it.
And choose not to wield it.
Because that shit is dangerous. It's another crack needle. It's another heroin needle. You and this motherfucker just abusing your power, just jumping through niggas.
Yep.
And you gonna end up fucked up just like the rest of us.
Yep. And it's gonna skew your whole way of thinking. And that's what eventually happens. Now, the sweet innocent girl has been turned into a bitch that has a gripe against every man in the fucking world. And you basically done been slutted out. You done had every nigga that you know what I'm saying, that's done came your way. And now you have this predisposed position on men.
Where you angry and ain't trusting no motherfucker.
Now you angry, you don't want to give nobody a chance. Every nigga ain't shit. But it's like, no, you killed your hopes and dreams.
Right. You shot yourself in the foot with that one, bitch.
You killed your own hopes and dreams. You did that. And it's like you said, if you was never out here fucking, if you was never out here on Instagram surfing for attention, searching for views and likes and pick and all this shit, searching for men to be in your DMs just to make your ass feel better because you don't know no other way to love yourself. If you was never out here on that type of shit, then you would never have experienced the hell that you went through. But now, because you have put yourself out here and you allowed yourself to go through this shit, now you wanna, on the back end of your life, when everything is going downhill, now you wanna blame men. Now every man ain't shit, and now you're gonna be alone forever. Well, bitch, go ahead and get that fucking cat then. Go ahead, get your cat. And fucking die.
Get a dog and die alone.
Get a dog and die alone. Shout out to Kevin Samuels.
Shout out to KS, dog.
But that's what it is. That's what it is.
And God is the answer, nigga. What you had that other topic. I want you to get to that before we get out of here.
Which one? Oh.
It was two topics actually. I forgot about this other one. You want me to bring it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so you brought up the thing about the 100 million. I still want you to present it, but I'm gonna remind you though.
Okay, yeah.
The 100 million.
Yeah.
And then Omari Hardwick.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get to Omari first. I think that's
yeah.
Now you know who you watched Power before, right?
Not really. I know who he is.
You know who he is, though, right? Okay. So there was an interview on Breakfast Club.
With 50?
Go for it.
Yeah, it was 50. I think I saved it in my archives. Pull it up real quick.
I first saw Omari Hardwick with in this movie called with Mike Epps. And I think it's Next Day Delivery. Mike Epps had they delivered these birds, like 50 birds to his house accidentally through FedEx.
It was through something recent?
No, that shit old.
Oh, okay.
That's before Power.
Okay.
Birds. Like bricks?
Bricks.
Oh.
This cartel, this dude lived 2 doors down in an apartment, was getting a shipment. UPS accidentally delivered it to his house. That shit was not Faison. What's that nigga? Not Faison. What's that other dude? Anyway, he be with that white boy in them commercials, them Comcast commercials. They played doctors or some shit.
I don't know who you talking about.
He a young black dude. Whatever. So anyway, he was in this movie with Mike Epps, and Mike Epps called him to get the weed, to get the birds off. That's when I first saw Omari Hardwick.
Yeah, so most people know who Omari Hardwick is. For the longest time, he was a star power, and it was no question that he was, the draw. He was what pulled people in, especially the women, at first. So recently it came out that he got on this interview, and basically they were asking him about his career there, in the set of being on a set and working with, 50 Cent in that universe of power. And he was basically getting some gripes off his shoulder, saying that he didn't feel like he was paid enough for his character role and for what he brought to the show. So, of course, that's going to bring 50 Cent out of the shadows, and he has something to say about it. So I'm going to just play a small clip.
First, I think it's STEM, too, because
when he says this stuff on, I think he overvalues himself, to be honest with you. Because since then, it's been a long time since he hasn't been in power. Why are we not excited about the new projects? What new project? It's new projects. You got new. I didn't know. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. If there was noise going on, if it was that big of a draw, then we would see noise. We see new things happening. We see you out where you actively are in a place where people are looking for you.
So y'all not cool. It sounds like.
No, because you leave it like it's me not giving you the money. If he's saying it and he going, Courtney and 50, no. You're saying that they don't know who the fuck Courtney is. I introduced people to her. They don't know who she is. So you leaving it for a 50 didn't make sure I got paid.
Put it a little closer.
But Mary will tell you she got paid a lot of money on the show while she was there the whole time. I made sure that it was right. And then now you see.
So yeah, that was a small clip. There's more. If y'all want to go watch the full interview, I'm pretty sure most of you have seen it by now. But he's basically saying, listen, you felt like you didn't get paid what you were worth, and you're making it out so that I seem like the bad guy as the person who didn't pay you your worth. And then you heard him go on to mention Mary J. Blige. But it was like, come on now, you're not gonna not pay Mary J. Blige. It's Mary J. Blige. Her name itself is gonna bring some amount of viewership to the show.
And Omari Hardwick was basically a nobody.
That's what
he was saying.
It lends to his point. Mary J. What you just said about Mary J. is because her name already had a value.
Exactly.
She was already acting, and plus, despite
acting and music,
right, and music,
absolutely.
So Fat Joe got this show on Stars. Omari was his first or second interview.
Okay.
And then that happened.
Is that what? That's where this.
That's
interview,
where all
okay,
of
that's
this
where he
led
first,
up
okay.
to.
Got you.
So Fat Joe basically was asking what you got up and this, that, and the third, and he stopped talking about, Omari was fucking homeless, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't know that.
And 50, he was like 50 was giving his ass advances.
I didn't know that either. Okay.
I think multiple times.
Okay.
And 50, he was like, and 50 was basically like, nigga, just give it back to me when you get it.
Yeah.
No pressure.
He did the same thing for, damn, who was that? They was just talking about this. They were saying, it was an artist. It might have been Rotimi. It might have been Dre.
Okay.
He did the same thing for Dre, because I think he gave Dre an advance, and he owed him the money for a long time, and he couldn't pay it back.
He did.
And then Rotimi was like, well, shit. And then 50 sat him down and said, well, you're going to do this with your label, get that advance, and then give me the money from that, or some, you're going to sell.
Yeah. He ended up like, give me some points off your album or some shit like that.
And then
instead of paying me the cash or whatever. Yeah. I know that situation. But I think that's what really sparked all this up. And 50 definitely is right. I gave you this outlet, and you became a star.
Yeah, you did. Overnight sensation.
So And 50 explained it on there. He was like, the thing is with shows, your money is you pretty much locked into this contract until the show starts to pop. The show don't necessarily know what's gonna pop until damn near the third season.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long he was on Power.
Omari?
Yeah.
About 5 or 6 seasons.
So within that third season, he probably had one renegotiation. And that first renegotiation, you probably still not gonna get broke off because first you a nobody.
Yeah.
The second time, and so you a nobody and you homeless. So
Yeah.
the first time you getting this money, you borrow money. As soon as you renegotiate this next deal, you just not becoming set.
Yeah.
So the first time you probably can't even buy shit. You still struggling. The second time you probably, okay, I might can get a little house, little condo, get a little comfortable.
Yeah.
But you not set yet.
Yeah.
When that third time came, you might have got a little bit more, but then you just got X right out. So everybody else is benefiting even more from the show because
Right.
the longevity of it. You didn't have that so-called longevity of the show.
Yeah.
And plus you was out there so bad. You a grown-ass man and you trying to basically recoup.
Yeah, I looked at the situation. I tried to look at it objectively from both sides, right? So I looked at it from Amari's side, but see, I didn't know that 50 Cent had gave him advances. I didn't know that changes everything because basically without me, you was a homeless ass nigga. You didn't have shit. And if I gave you advances just in order for you to survive, in order for you to be able to do this show, you got to shut the fuck up.
So what did he say? What did Omari say on Fat Joe's show? He was talking shit or what?
No, he wasn't necessarily talking shit, but he was basically talking. Omari he's trying to be a rapper.
Yeah.
He out there in this music industry trying to,
Which we've heard your raps. I think the world would be okay if we never heard or hear an Omari Hardwick verse ever.
Man, when you reach a certain age, you got to get that shit up.
And I don't want to
he
tell
is
a nigga,
beyond the age.
I don't want to tell a nigga to stay in your lane, but
I
like,
will. Stay in your lane, nigga.
You are
okay?
an actor, bro.
Yes, that's what you are. You are not a rapper. You are not an MC.
And you're good.
And you're good at acting. Stick to what you. But see, that's the thing too. When he blew up, I think that came with a certain sense of you gotta stay grounded, especially when you were up and coming, when you get hot like that. It's hard. It's probably hard for a young man to stay grounded. You blow up overnight. You on this mass syndicated show. Everybody's watching it. Everybody's talking about it. All of a sudden, you went from nothing to I'm that nigga. So I'm imagining that it was probably hard for him to stay grounded in that and not think that, oh, I'm worth X amount of dollars now. I'm worth all these multi-millions dollars, which
the star of a show.
Yeah, I'm the star of the show. Which he was getting. We looked it up last night. He was getting paid $150,000 per episode. Now Power ran for what? 10 episodes per show per season
until that last season.
Until the last season,
15, 18.
Exactly.
Episodes.
So you made multiple millions dollars worth.
We did the math. It was almost 10 million.
Exactly. Now that
hold on.
So that's before taxes.
I was about to say.
Yeah, that's before taxes. But still,
and
after
that's throwing
taxes,
that's throwing you in another tax bracket too. So you probably walked away with.
They taking half.
Yeah,
they about half.
you probably
45%.
leaving with 5.5 million, if that. Maybe
but that's
5.
more than being homeless, nigga.
I mean,
it still puts you in the top percentile of earners in the fucking United States of America.
No, in the world.
In the world.
At that time, I understand. So another thing was I think he was a substitute teacher, and he was living with Denzel Washington, and was under the two. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
And he was.
I didn't know that at all.
He was Denzel Washington's son's tutor. They had got tight to where I think he was living with Denzel, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
Yeah, I think
he's so fucking random.
I think that's what some of the shit he was saying on Fat Joe's.
This is worse than what Taraji was going through.
Oh well, go back to Cranbrook, nigga, and go be a substitute teacher again. The fuck?
Go back to DeGrassi Junior.
Yeah, go back to fucking DeGrasse wherever you was from. This
is what's her name?
Taraji
P. This is Taraji's situation, but worse, because Taraji does have value and she has proven herself.
Taraji was a fucking rocket scientist working in the White House, if I'm not mistaken. And she gave all that up to pursue this.
What?
Look it up,
Man,
if
y'all
I ain't
niggas
mistaken.
is dropping some shit right now.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Look it up. Yeah, I could be confusing her with another black actress, but if I'm not mistaken, that's her.
But I'm referring to the little thing she went through last year or earlier this year, whenever that was, when she was talking about not getting paid what she feels like she deserves on these sets. And we had the discussions and all of that shit about that. And I like Taraji, and I think she's one of the best actors that we have.
I think she's come a long way and definitely should.
She is so
draw.
good at what she does.
Yeah.
And while she was complaining, what my stance was like, you get what you negotiate.
Yes, you worth whatever you negotiate.
And I do think there is some level of racism in Hollywood.
Cat Williams said that.
What?
I think Cat Williams said that on
Said what?
Club Shay Shay. You get what you get.
You get what you negotiate.
You get what you negotiate.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always been true.
And then for you to have a problem after, see, I don't like that too, though. I don't like this. I don't like, if you negotiated your contract, you were fine enough to go ahead and do the work for the contract and get paid out whatever it was that you negotiated for the contract. Don't then come after the project makes whatever X amount of dollars that it makes, and then you come after the fact like, oh my God, this project made so many more millions than I thought it was going to make. Oh, I need to be paid more. No, if that was the case, then you should have put it on a percentage basis in your contract where you get paid out a percentage of whatever the project earned. But because you didn't negotiate that, and because you took whatever deal was on the table, you don't get to come back afterwards, after the fact, because as a producer or as somebody who owns the media corporation or company, I'm going to be like, hell no. What are you talking about? We had a contract.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it from both sides. Like if I'm the person, the media mogul that's behind this shit, I hired you. You agreed to the contract. I paid you out whatever it was that was in your contract to be paid. You don't get to come to me after the fact, after the project done made whatever X amount of dollars, 500 million, you want to come back and be like, oh no, I need more millions. No, hell no.
Her claim too is they're lowballing her and black women at the same time.
That was her. Yeah. But see, my problem with that was, again, with Taraji was when what's her name?
Oprah?
Nope, not Oprah. Monique. Yep, Monique. When Monique was out there saying the same shit, y'all didn't support her when she was saying that shit. And she said it years before this shit with Taraji happened. Well, when Monique was on that whole, black women are being underserved, they're not being paid their worth or whatever, nobody said a mumbling word. Now when it happens to you, all of a sudden, oh, now you want to bring it up. No, you should have supported your sister when she was on that bandwagon, and maybe you wouldn't be in this position that you are now.
But it's been like that. It's been like that. What I think is a lot of these women go into this. I think they think this movie star realm is any different from the regular business realm.
Yeah.
Women gonna be underpaid. Black women gonna be doubly underpaid, just like black people underpaid.
Yeah.
Just because you go into a different type of work, that's how it's been. So you would hope Oprah and all these rich black folks would bring survive. I think she said Tyler gave her a number that she didn't even think she can get.
Monique's grievances was with what's the dude? Something Daniels.
Lee Daniels.
Lee Daniels. She was saying that he was paying her poorly. But here's the thing, though. The art world is different from the business world in that your value can be based on your relationships.
Yes.
Your value can, I guess that could be true in the business world too, because I feel like when I was working at the company me and you work for, I was getting a lot of favor because people fuck with me. Mm-hmm. I started, when I came back to the bindery, I ended up making more than Mario was. Mm-hmm. And he found that shit out and was so hurt. Mm-hmm. But
no, that's how it is.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Because this is what I negotiated.
Yeah.
They literally sat me down at the table. What? Go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
Oh, this is where I could not negotiate. I could not.
What you mean? What you talking about?
Because I'm anti Niggas knew that flat out with me. They knew my stance, and niggas was like,
well, no, but I'm not saying I was in that motherfucker. Hey, how you doing, sir? That's not what I was on. Because I used to, nigga, I had
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I probably was with some, I don't know, niggas wouldn't fuck with me, and it reflected.
Right. And the funny thing is, that's why I was always confused about what was happening to me, because I'm like, why do they like me? Why are they not firing me? Because I told my boss damn near I beat the shit out of that nigga.
But it probably was they saw, but despite this, your work ethic was that. It could have been that, where in my situation, they didn't know what the fuck we was doing.
Yeah. Despite me telling them.
They just, even before you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and then you've been a manager.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you ever chose anybody's pay, but my thing is,
nah, they would never get me
they're
that.
not gonna give you that power.
They would
never give me that power, because I'm going to the roof. I'm going to the max of whatever y'all say is not on this paper. I'm going above that.
But I don't know. In the art world, it's even more based on how people perceive you. Your resume matters.
Definitely.
Your relationship matters.
It should.
So when you're a Taraji P. Henson and you walk into the room, to me, that bitch is cold.
She cold?
Like, that's one of my favorite actors, period. Because that's my opinion, though. She's so good. And if she walked onto my set, if I got the budget, I'm paying her top. Because she's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
The same way Spike Lee feels about a nigga like Denzel or Samuel L.
You gonna make the movie.
You gonna make the movie
that much more better.
Now, we talk about Amari Hardwick. That's why I say he's on that Taraji train, but with even less bargaining chips. Because what do we know you for?
Because at that point, Taraji had way more under the belt than him.
Way
like I said,
fucking more.
I've only seen him in, I don't even know, movies.
And my thing is, too, you got to be careful when you're in that role, because you got to also ask yourself the question of, well, can they go get somebody else to do this role? I think you could.
That factors into your pay,
I think
too.
you could, because we look in 2008 right in the face with Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard felt like he should have been paid more. He demanded to be, in fact, he demanded to be paid more than Robert Downey Jr., which is why they said, all right, well, then you can get the fuck on.
And then they went and got a nigga that's better than him.
And when they got Don Cheadle to play your role.
Now, Terrence Howard is cold, too.
Terrence Howard is cold.
Yes.
But Don Cheadle is one of them niggas, though.
Don Cheadle is one of them
Cheadle
niggas.
Been around for a long time.
Long time.
But you're not cold enough to think that you should be paid more than the main star of the movie. No. We're not doing that.
See, and that's
There's
another thing.
There's only a couple of people that could probably walk in and demand that.
So here's something that I can speak to as a nigga in this music industry shit. You got to be careful how you step.
Yes, that's where I was getting
Sometimes
to.
you got to be underpaid just so you can get the look and the position.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Establish your position. Establish your foothold first.
Prime example. I had the artist in from LA. Sudan Archives comes in. She wants to finish her album with Red. We working on her album. She booked a couple of the days that we worked at another studio. I told her manager, I'm like, okay, but my rate is still going to be the same. He goes, all right, I hear you, but she's booking 2 rooms in the studio and she's got a bunch of people coming in to play instruments, blah, blah, blah. And she's kind of paying a lot of money for this particular day. Can you take a rate a little less? And he told me an exact number. Can you take this number just to kind of help the dollar spread a little more? Instantly, I said, no problem. Because I want to express 2 things in this situation, two things in this in this moment. I want to show you that I'm a team player and I understand, and I want to be in the fucking room. Yes. I want to be there. I don't want to not be there.
You don't want to chop your own head off.
Yes, because you're trying to get a few extra dollars. Fuck the dollar.
Yeah.
Because you got to know how to basically budget yourself. And like you said, be in and stay in that room.
Stay in. This bitch tried to get another engineer I don't even want to say this shit on camera. Man, fuck it.
Say it.
She gets another engineer because it was one of the days she booked where I had some shit going on and I couldn't make it.
Okay.
I made it anyway because I was jealous. Fuck that nigga. Because this is my moment. Fuck him.
Yeah.
So I came and showed up and they was like, oh, she was like, I thought you had to go. I'm like, nope. I don't got nowhere to go. She was like, okay, well, we got 2 engineers then. I'm like, yeah.
No, you got one.
Yeah, you got one. And I had this nigga sitting to the side. I only let him take over when I let him take over.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, no, this is my moment. Fuck you.
Right.
And I've been working hard to get this. And I'm like, I want to be in the room.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I done built this relationship. I'm not about to let another nigga take my shit.
Right. After all the
You
hard
knew
work
how-
you put in,
you
this
knew
nigga's
how to step. And it's like you said, I want to show you that not only do I want to be a part of this, but I want this project to be the best it can possibly be. So that means if I got to take a cut, cool. I'm cool with taking a cut. I'll take the cut for the vision of the project so that it could be the best possible quality that can be. NBA players do it all the time.
Right.
Steph
Take a
Curry
cut for
take
that
pay
ring.
cuts to get, I want this dude on my squad.
in hopes of
I'll
getting
take
that
the pay
ring.
cut. Durant did it. KD, you got to take a pay cut if you want to come to Golden State. You're not gonna be able to make all the money you've been accustomed to. Cool. I'll take the pay cut. I want to play with these niggas. They have a great offense. We gonna be unstoppable.
Yeah.
He got 2 rings out the fucking deal. Sometimes you gotta learn how to step and move.
And you have to learn that sometimes just being involved is more valuable than the dollar amount.
Yes.
And one of the prime examples that I think of is the little boy that sang the Lion King song.
Oh.
The little black boy. His mama negotiated with Disney and said, we don't want no fucking payday.
I want all on the back.
We want the
I'll
back
take
end.
the back end.
Give me a
Yeah.
percentage.
Yep.
We want residuals forever.
Forever. Yep.
And that little nigga Rich, he ain't got to do shit. This the same boy that played Michael Jackson. What's his
Yep.
name? I don't even know his name.
I can't remember his name either. But he play on the Shy.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you know, if you seen the last season of the Shy,
No,
he
I
play on
haven't
the Shy.
seen it. I haven't seen it
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, he play on the Shy.
Yeah, so that nigga's paid forever. He getting money. He getting that Disney money off the song and the movie.
Yep.
So the last topic, I want you to do the 100 million.
So me and my wife was having a discussion. I don't even know how we landed on this, but we was basically just having a fun little discussion about how much money you would notice was missing from your account if you were a billionaire. So I put it in the context of picture yourself having as much money and wealth as Bill Gates. Or not Bill Gates,
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. You got Jeff Bezos money, right? Billions, untold billions. Would you notice if your wife, this is your wife, for everybody listening, everybody watching, your wife, not your girl, not some chick you met 2 weeks ago, your wife, would you notice if your wife took 100 million out of the account? Would you say anything about it? 1, would you expect her to bring it to you? 2, would you have some ideas as to why she took it out? In other words, would you feel a way, or would you at least want to know, like, why did you take 100 million out of the account? Mind you, you have untold billions, so 100
It's a
million
joint
to
account?
you. Yeah, it's your wife. It's a joint account. Or even if it's an account that you have access to that you just gave her access to.
I don't keep up with my accounts right now.
Now he brought this topic to me yesterday, and I didn't want to answer because I wanted to save it for this. But I am very curious to know what you would say.
I don't keep up with my accounts now.
At all?
Hell no.
Okay.
Dog, my mindset is this is terrible, but this is a terrible mindset.
Can't take it with you?
No, not that. You gonna win some, you gonna lose some.
Okay.
Just like my car got hit, I had to take that L.
Yeah.
I didn't hit licks.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't lost money.
Yeah.
I didn't gain money.
Yeah.
So that money gonna come and go. Especially I got billions.
Yeah.
She take 100 million?
Jeff Bezos probably worth about 140 billion, 150 billion.
And she take 100 million?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be upset. I would want to know what she did with it.
Okay.
I wouldn't be upset.
Oh, wait, I did answer because I told him, I was like, I wouldn't say shit because it's 100 million and I'm worth 150 billion dollars. It's nothing to me. But then I got to thinking.
Now, being worth Your net worth
don't mean you got it liquid.
don't mean you got it liquid. You know, that's two different things.
Yeah. Or net
You
worth.
being worth that amount of money does not mean that you have that amount of money in cash on hand or in a bank somewhere.
So okay, if I'm worth 100 billion, if I'm worth 500 billion, if I'm worth 10 billion, and she take 100 million, if I'm worth 10 billion, so I'm at least worth. If I'm worth 10 billion, let's say I at least liquid $1 billion.
Okay.
So 10%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she taking 10%.
Yeah.
I'm worth 10%. I got 10% liquid, and she
Yes,
taking
I like
10%.
I like
10% of
this
your
'cause that's
liquid.
how I posed it to my wife. But go ahead.
I'm gonna want to know.
Okay.
Because that's a lot. When you put it in those terms, that's too much.
I'm gonna want
And
to.
then and then you said a great thing yesterday when you said,
It's
bitch, what
gone.
the fuck are you doing? Huh?
It's gone.
What the fuck are you doing with $100 million?
Yeah. That
Right.
was,
I'm
that was my
gonna
first
want to
question.
know. And
That was my first question.
And depending on what the answer is, depending on what's gonna happen next.
Yeah. That was my first question because when she told it to me, her answer to me was, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care that you took out
That's-
100
I
million
think
or whatever.
I
And
got
I
a
said,
call.
and she said, and I said, oh, I would.
When you
I
talk,
s-
go ahead.
I said, I would absolutely want to know why you took out 100 million. One, I'm like, did you tell me about it? And I'm like, two, my second question would be, what in the world did you take 100 million out for? What could you have possibly? We didn't discuss you buying no condo nowhere or buying some land or some property. So what the fuck did you take 100 million? This is 100 million. This is not 100,000. This is not $100. This is not. You know what I'm saying? I need to know. And I watch my accounts anyway. So I'm just, maybe it's me. But I need to know what's coming, what's going. I watch that because I invest money. So I need to know and have a handle on how much I have to invest. I just watch my money
In and out.
in and out. Exactly. The comings and goings. I need to know those things. So if I look up one day, I wake up, I'm at work or I'm on a business trip or wherever I'm at, and I see you took out 100 million. We have not had a conversation about it or nothing.
Yeah.
It's got to be, you get a phone call. You definitely get a phone call.
So-
Hey, you you took out
Yes.
100 million?
I'm gonna want to know.
So
I feel you on. I'm gonna want to know.
when you asked me the question, the first thing my mind did, because I'm such a math thinker,
Yeah.
is that I was just thinking about the ratio, the percentage. Like if I'm Jeff Bezos
Yes.
and I got 150 billion, 100 million is nothing in terms of the percentage that you're taking.
Right.
But then when you think about the massive amount of money that is, it does raise questions.
Yes.
What the fuck are you doing?
What
Because
the fuck
that is
you
a
doing?
lot of money.
That's a
100
lot.
M's.
That's it.
like
And
you
for-
could buy a house for $50 million
Exactly.
and it would be huge.
And like you said, if
So-
I got 1 billion liquid, you just took a 10% of my fucking wealth.
yeah.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah, that's a huge hit.
Wait, yeah. I need to know what you did with what we doing with the 100 million. You
Yeah.
just bought something, you were just investing in something for us. What the fuck are you doing with 100 million? No, I need to know. No, I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care how much money I have. If you take 100 million out, and this is what I told her, and she almost couldn't believe that this was my answer. But I'm like, no, I'm a stickler for this. I need to know what you're doing with 100 million.
Now, if you said she took 100,000, I wouldn't even blink.
Yeah, 100,000. I wouldn't.
Even a million.
Yeah,
1 million.
I'm still gonna want to know.
I would still want to know.
100,000,
lie.
I'm not blinking,
I ain't gonna
especially
lie.
if I'm Jeff Bezos.
100,000. I even
I
say
probably would still want to
500.
know. I'll still want to know 100,000.
100,000 ain't shit though. 100,000
It's
could
not.
be a car.
It could be.
That's
But
what I say.
I would ask a question. You would get a question like, "What you
What you bought
spent
a car or something?
100,000?"
Right.
Yeah, what you?
Yeah.
It's still gonna be some type of way. I'm gonna get to finding out why you took out this lump sum because 100,000 is not.
So what number
Small
would
money.
it take for us to go to for you to not give a fuck? What if she took
10,000.
10,000? Okay.
10,000.
I
10,000.
almost
I
would
probably wouldn't
say
say nothing.
10,000 could be a day of shopping for a rich motherfucker.
Yeah,
shit 100,000.
100, yeah, right.
Shit 500.
Yeah, that's facts. Because you
You
can
got
get
a
pair
billion.
Of boots, a pair of boots could be 5,000.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A purse could be 15,000. A purse could be 50,000.
I was about to say, don't they
where it
got, they
comes
got
in.
them
No,
bags.
that's where knowing your woman comes into play
That's
too.
what, exactly.
Because
and that's what I said.
it's like you're not even that type. So what you taking?
Yeah,
And you
I'm
better
gonna
fucking
want to know.
believe if you had Jeff Bezos money,
she
your
would be
wife
that type.
would be that type.
Yeah, that's
It don't
true.
matter. It don't matter
That's
who
true.
you got.
That's true. I
Because you
believe
got
that.
the access, nigga, you better fucking believe
I
your
believe
wife
that.
is going
Not
crazy.
necessarily.
I believe that.
No.
Man, what?
I would say definitely her shopping is going to change. Like the shit that she
What you
buys on a
mean?
daily.
I mean,
You
it's
don't-
gonna change, but then it's gonna be to a point where
Even if your wife only like wearing Lululemon, where the pants might be $120, she
Versus-
gonna have a whole closet of that
versus her
shit.
$20 pair that she was buying from
but still,
Walmart.
it's gonna be a point to
Within
where
reason?
she's not even. She gonna be set. She gonna have everything, and it's probably gonna be like a certain time of year.
Man, you sound like
Where
you don't
she-
know women.
I know my
You
wife,
know your woman, right?
right?
And
So
I believe you.
she gonna go through. She gonna swap. She gonna have a winter, spring, summer, fall collection. She gonna have the jewelry. She gonna have the shoes, and this gonna be to the point where she not buying no whole new wardrobe like that. I think I know my wife. I'm definitely gonna want to know about that.
No, I need
Five.
to know.
It'd have to be 500. I want to know. It could be a whip, but I think you would be smart enough to not spend 500 on no whip.
Cause you just Bezos, nigga, a Benz ain't shit. It's 150, 130,000.
Yeah.
But then
That's nothing.
you not even paying cash for that. I mean, you paying cash, but
Right, I
if it's
understand what you're saying.
if it's 100,000, you
you gonna
paying
do
cash.
some other sort of way with that shit.
Right, you probably getting it for 75 cash because niggas ain't coming out
Yeah.
buying no 100,000 bins with 100,000. You
Yeah.
getting it for this. You getting it for cost.
Yeah.
So it'll have to be something like
100
500.
million is a lot. If it was $1 million and I'm Jeff Bezos, I wouldn't give a fuck.
I'm
10
gonna
million
wanna
is
know.
pushing it. 100 million is pushing it.
I'm just gonna want to know because I want to know your answer. I want not even care about it, but I want to know your answer.
Because what if she's surprising you? Now, if it happens multiple times, what I told you was one of the first things that would pop in my head is this bitch trying to start a little
Yeah,
nest
exactly.
egg
Is you
to
trying to
leave
start
me?
is you trying to
See,
start
that's
a
what I'm
wait
saying.
fund?
I want to know.
Yeah, I need to know, dog.
And the fact that you didn't
I
offer it up
need-
willingly.
In that case, that's all you're getting by.
Yeah, I hope you. I hope
100
you
million
do.
is a lot of money.
I hope
I
you-
hope you
100
got
million.
enough.
That's a lot of
That's
money.
a lot of money to just be missing from my account, nigga.
Hell yeah.
That's a lot of money to just be gone. Wake up on a Wednesday and it's 100 million. No, for one, I'm gonna notice. For two, we didn't have no conversation
You ain't
about
gonna have to notice because your accountant's gonna call you.
exactly,
Hell yeah.
exactly, sir.
Everybody calling.
The wife just
The bank, everybody.
Yeah, yeah. So, like I said, she was surprised at my answer, but it's like, no, you must don't know.
100 million is too much money.
That's way too much.
That's more than, like I said, you
I
could
mean,
get
she could be trying to surprise you buying a
First of all,
yacht.
you're not about
a
to
helicopter. or
You're
some
not about
shit.
to surprise
Yeah, it could
me
be
with
it
nothing.
could be a yacht with a helipad
you
with a
can't
helicopter included.
surprise me with my own money. I don't want you to do that.
Damn.
You can't surprise me with my own
Man,
fucking
yes,
money.
the fuck she can.
Hell
if you
no.
a billionaire,
Hell no. For one, you
because
would
she
know.
ain't gonna have her own money. What would she need it
No,
for?
no. What I mean is, I'm not saying she doesn't have access to it. She can't use it to buy me something. What I'm saying is, she would probably know that I don't want that shit.
Hold
Whatever
on.
it is that you're about to buy for
What
100
if-
for 100 M's, I don't want it.
What if this is Mark Cuban and his wife in a split?
Now, if
And
we buying the
he want
Dallas
to give up
Mavericks,
his season
Right,
tickets.
right. No. That's what I'm about to say.
Now, if we buying the Dallas
That's-
Mavericks,
No,
That's what
no.
I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh,
And she had got the inside track on that, and she cash out because the Mark Cuban wife don't want Dallas Mavericks, so she buy her out right then and there, and she want to surprise you with it.
but that's what I said. Remember, I said it's my wife. I would imagine I could trust her enough to where she's not doing something stupid
You
with it
did
in the
say
first
that.
place.
You did
And
say
she's
that.
not gonna marry no fucking idiot. I would hope.
Yeah,
right?
You did say that, and that's important too. That is an important key.
You got to know who you with.
That's
So
which goes back to knowing your woman. So, I feel like that's what I said. It wouldn't be a thing of, yo, what the fuck? It would more so be intrigue. Like, what you
Right.
take out 100 million for? Like, what we
and
doing with
she
that?
can even say it's a surprise, and I drop
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit.
If she said it's a surprise, then
Flat out, I
I
drop it.
trust you. You said it's a surprise. Cool.
Right,
Whatever.
I just be looking forward. Now, if the shit don't pop up,
the surprise.
I'm
better
choking.
come-
Surprise! I'm leaving you.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Surprise.
that's
I
all
got-
you getting in,
yeah, I got a
motherfuckers.
surprise
That
for you.
100
Surprise! I
that
bought
100
myself
million.
a house on the opposite coast.
Yep. I
Hey,
got a
that's all you
surprise.
getting is that 100
I got a
million.
surprise for you too. You about to find out what under the sea look like.
You could have had all this, and you chose 100 million. That's
Yeah.
all you getting.
Yeah.
Man, we can wrap it up, dog. This is a
Yeah.
great episode. I fucks with this episode.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Appreciate y'all for
Yes.
watching,
Yes, sir.
listening, wherever you at, however you listening, however you watching. We do appreciate y'all, and hopefully we can keep this thing
I
up
tagged your
consistently.
channel in the episode that came out this morning,
Oh,
too,
awesome.
so you could repost it.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, all right, man. Appreciate y'all. We out.
Later.
Yes, sir. How many times do we reset for this camera?
The gods are watching.